Hello, I'm back. I hope that you all find us. Yvette's still messing around with her phone, but we are now on my phone.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn
so
mine off. So
we will just...
put this in yours.
Oh. One person's found us. I'm getting the microphone on. Here we go. We've got 3 people, but I'm back. Well, the light's like shining back to me, behind me. Okay, we're going to get set up here into the little tripod. And we apologize for our problems. We are all the way up to 25.
Or how much power do you have? Are you okay?
At 75.
Okay,
so
we should be okay, but okay.
Okay, I'm turning. All right, now it's facing you.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
Yeah, you
Hi.
did.
My brain doesn't go backwards.
Well,
okay.
you do have to go backwards.
Okay, we're back.
Okay. So
we are up to 46.
I hope that everybody can see and hear us now.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to just, you know what? I'm going to end up just turning all my notifications off because do you know what? Who needs all the notifications? Nobody. Well, they always ask you and you just go, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. But
well,
honestly,
now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't get a new phone.
I don't think it has to do with the phone. I think it's because I have too many notifications.
Oh.
So I'm just going to turn them off. Turning everything off. I don't need it. I mean, I can always go in there and check. Anyways,
well,
I don't know why we're having this discussion. Okay, here we go.
Here is our mini quilt that we're doing today.
Yes.
And we are going to do a double sewing today.
Yes,
well, not really double, but we're trading off.
We have one pattern, 2 ways.
There you go.
That's what we're doing.
So I'm going to do the traditional sewing because that's how I made this. And the pattern is a free pattern from on the We All Sew website.
Okay.
So
that's a great website.
I did have a link. I do have a link for that. It is free, so no charge for the pattern. I think this would be cute in one of those little stands too, don't you?
Yes.
And you should have a fluffy tail.
You could put a little bunny butt on it.
We sold all our fluffy tails last week with the other piece. So.
But you can totally put a little bunny butt on it. We're excited about that.
Okay, and we do have kits today, and they are $13.99, and you will get enough fabric in this kit to make this the way Yvette is going to make it. With her paper piecing. So you might need a little bit more, so you have enough for that. So either way, you have enough fabric, and it will have your backing in it also.
Yes, backing, binding, and the front. So all you need is batting. That's all you need.
That's
and
right.
a bunny butt, if you want a bunny butt.
If you want it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do...
We're up to 85. Woo! 85!
Each of us is going to make one of the eggs, and then we're going to both work on the bunny together.
Yep.
Okay, so I've made one side of the eggs, and she made the other. I already made 2, so I only have to show you how to make 1 egg.
I did the same.
And should I go ahead and do that now?
Yep.
Okay.
That's fine.
So my sewing is done the traditional way, and today I am sewing on the lyric, and I don't know that I have even my needle threaded. No, I don't. Let me do that. Okay, and I really do think there are a lot of little tiny pieces in this quilt. So little piece, little piece, little piece, little piece. There's a lot of little pieces. And so that's why Yvette said this would be so much easier to do with paper piecing.
Yes.
And so that's why she's going to show you. So I'm going to do one of the eggs. Now, I really, really recommend that you use the Gypsy Quilter lettered and numbered pins for this because it does have a lot of little pieces.
Right.
So you should need to get those out when you're making this, or you could use your pinnables too. Those are great. So this is, the eggs are M. So I've got my M piece here. My piece that goes on the top of the egg is a C, and this is a 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 inch piece. So this is why we're showing you how to do this 2 ways. So I've already drawn my line on here, and I am going to sew. Did that with my friction pen, and I'm going to sew this on.
Elaine is sewing on the lyric, just to let you guys know. This is a Baby Lock lyric. Great little machine.
And I forget all the time that it doesn't have that presser foot lifter. I am pretty spoiled with that. So.
I know, me too.
But this is a great machine to bring to like classes. It does come with the walking foot and an extension table, which makes it nice. I don't have it on because we don't have a whole lot of room here.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so those two pieces are going to go on the top to make your egg. And then you've got your H pieces that are 1 inch.
Oh.
And these are going to go on the bottom. And again, I put my line on there, and we're going to sew right on the line. Is the iron on?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's way over there.
Yeah,
we should have moved where we should have like given you one and me one.
Well, that's okay.
We completely didn't think about that. We've been having like some customers come in and looking at sewing machines, so it's been a great morning. We've had a great time.
Okay, so there's one, and
I know.
that to go automatically.
Same as me,
up.
dude. Same as me.
I know.
I just called you dude.
I know. That's okay.
I do that all the time.
All right.
Raised with a lot of boys down south.
You can call me dude.
Okay.
Okay, there is our other bottom corner. Okay, so now I'm going to press all of these out, and that makes the egg. Isn't
Excellent.
that cute? So
yes.
I'll press that.
Right. I'm going to come over and follow her. Here we go. Oh, we can move my stuff out of the way.
That's okay. It's small. I don't really need that much space.
So the bunny and her eggs, which is what I'm calling it, it will finish at approximately 12 inches square. And that's the same for the traditionally pieced and the foundation paper pieced versions. And both patterns are free. You'll get the one pattern from All People Quilt, and we have the link for that in the show notes, as I like to say.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then the other one, the foundation paper pieced pattern, I wrote that pattern, and that one is free for you as well. And Elaine has included that.
It is on the website. Also. So you can find them both there.
Yep. So they're both free. So regardless of how you would like to make it, both patterns are there.
Okay, so now I'm going to take a piece to put in between my two eggs, and I'm just going to sew that to the top of my egg. And then I'm going to sew that onto the 3 eggs that I've already made, or the 2 eggs that I've already made.
Awesome.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and that is going to be my egg strip. I just need to put one more piece down here, and that will be my egg strip.
Oh, cool.
Okay?
Yes.
So let's see how your egg strip is going to go.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep. We're ready. Okay. So I have I laid out the pattern pieces that I'm going to be
Here, we
making.
just throw that up there. Ouch,
Yep.
I shocked you again.
I didn't get shocked. You must have just shocked yourself.
I shocked myself.
Okay. So here's the traditionally pieced. It's not pressed yet, so give it some grace. But this is going to be my eggs. I have done the A egg and the C egg, and I'm going to make the B one for you. And then we're going to change places again because Elaine has got the bottom side of the bunny, and I have the top side of the bunny.
Yeah, I got the bunny butt again.
She got the bunny butt.
Again.
Yeah. That's the best part.
Okay.
I mean, hello. Okay, so we're going to make my green egg. And so I'm going to cut my fabric. I'm just going to take the selvage off first. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my piece, and I just want to make sure I'm going to cover the whole part of the egg plus a 1/4 inch top and bottom, because that's my seam allowance. Okay. And if you're a paper piecer, you know your first piece is always pretty side facing the outside, because this is your finished side and this is your working side. All right, so now I'm going to just take some of my white fabric, and I'm just going to cut for the corners and the top part. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then as far as the top, I just want to make sure it's going to go all the way across with a little extra, little lanyap, as I like to call it. And we are ready to sew.
So I have a question.
Okay.
When you're cutting those pieces, you're just generally cutting a piece.
Yep, I just want to make sure it's going to cover that piece.
Okay.
That it's going to go over.
That's pretty much
That's it.
The measurement that you use.
Yes, and just because, you know, I mean, if you're, let's say I were putting on like an eyeball, and I mean, the piece is what, 1/16 by 1/16. I think people get very confused that they think they're going to have to cut a piece of fabric that small and try to work with it. That is not what we do. You want to cut a piece that will fit over the area you're going to sew, and also that won't make you learn new curse words. So you're going to want to make it bigger, and then you will trim down to that size. So that's how we do it.
Okay.
All right, so now I'm going to take my fabric, and I'm going to hold it with the pretty side toward me, and I sure wish I had my black light, but I can see in the light of my machine that that is the right side and that is the wrong side.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold it right side facing me as I move it to the back of the template, and the top of the fabric is going to go at least 1/4 inch above this line, which I'm going to sew between number 1 and number 2. So now I'm going to...
Okay, so do you just do that by feel of it?
I just kind of, well, I mean, I have been doing it a while, but you can kind of see it. Okay, let's say you have a light source, either the sun, a light overhead, the light from your machine. You can use a light that you put underneath, a light box. You can also, if you have a glass table, you can put a light under the glass table and hold it over the glass table, and you'll be able to see through that. So any sort of a light source will work just fine.
Fabulous.
And I can also kind of just do like this, you know, where I can see it.
Right.
And then I got my open toe foot on.
Okay. So you're doing, again, your right sides together.
Correct.
Okay.
That is correct. You are always right sides together. Now I lower my needle until, that's why I use open toe. I can see exactly where that needle is going. And I want to get it into the seam allowance if possible. And when I'm going to stop here, I try to stop as close as I can to that point. And if so, I will go over rather than keep it short, because you want to make sure that you're going to close up all gaps in your fabric, but you don't want to go too far in. I mean, okay, so then I'm going to lower my foot, lower my needle, and here I go. My seam length, I've just learned with this particular machine and needle, 1.4 seems to be working pretty good. I usually do 1 millimeter, but with this machine, it was making my paper pretty much fall apart.
Okay.
So I went a little bit longer.
So welcome. We have a new watcher today. Welcome.
Oh, hello.
So we have a question about worrying about bias fabric when you're placing the piece.
With FPP, you do not have to worry about bias at all.
That's great.
Not at all.
That's great. So, and then, okay, you did talk about your stitch length. And Yvette's sewing on the Presto today.
Yes.
So we did set up side by side, so that's kind of fun.
And I'm using my add a quarter ruler.
Okay, so let me get over here. And
Okay,
this is
so
what's an add a quarter ruler?
So an add a quarter ruler has a little lip on the back side, and this lip runs right up against your seam allowance, and this portion here is 1/4 of an inch.
Okay.
So that is your seam. Now, if you've heard of an add an eighth ruler, you would use that ruler if you are doing tiny piecing. So if you have seen the mini series by Juicy Juice, those are small, and I plan to do some of those with you guys on a live in the future, and I'll show you how it's the same thing except that this lip is 1/8 of an inch because you want to have less bulk, so you don't want to have a whole 1/4 of an inch when you're doing tiny piecing.
Okay.
So then, once I've sewn this part,
Okay.
I'm going to fold it back on the seam that I just sewed.
Okay.
And it'll fold nice because you have that nice tight seam allowance.
Okay.
And then this is going to butt right up against your seam.
Okay, so that butts right up against there and just holds it really nice.
And there you go. Makes very easy work of it. You just move that out, and now I'm going to press that.
Okay.
So I just do a quick little press to close up the seam. I do a quick little press like that. Then I take my magic juice. Ooh, hello. I forgot I just filled it. So when you just fill it, a lot comes out. But after that, it's not bad. And then I just press it down. And flat as a pancake.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That looks great.
It's very nice. All right, so now I'm sew number 2. And, yep, that's the right way. So I did number 2. Now I'm adding number 3. You want to take that piece that you're adding on, you want to turn it to the top of your pattern. And then I'm going to lower my needle exactly where I want it. And sew across. Okay, once again, going to fold it back. Add 1/4, trim, press.
So today we are making a Easter Bunny Mini Quilt, and we're doing it 2 different ways. We're doing the traditional piecing, which is what I'm doing, and Yvette is showing. She actually took the pattern and turned it into a paper piecing pattern. She wrote the instructions and everything, and she's giving it to you for free out on our website. And you can see, you're going to see how much more precise her sewing is than my sewing. I hate to say that about myself, but...
Oh, if I were doing it traditionally, I can guarantee you mine would not be as perfect as FPP makes it.
You're going to see how I have a lot of jagged edges. You know, you just don't you just don't sew particularly straight all the time. So let's see. Thank you for answering the question about the acorn pen. That is a nice fabric folding type of a pen with some starchy juice in it.
And this is actually the best one I've ever used. I've said to anyone who asks that when you use this, if you are a quilter, a sewer, anything like that, and you have used a clapper, which I am not dissing clappers at all. I've used them. I still love them. I have some with my name on it. They're amazing. But if you are taking a long time to finish your quilt blocks, when you get back to your quilt blocks and want to put them together, I don't know about you, but I usually have to press them again because the seam sort of like pops up a little bit, and I never have that happen when I use the Acorn Precision piecing solution. Never. So I use it religiously for every kind of piecing I do.
We have carried the paper piecing paper in the past, and I'm sure that we can. I don't think I have any in stock now, but I sure can get it. I don't have it today, but I will have it. Oops, I don't know what I did there. Just trying to go back. If you asked a question and I haven't gotten to answer it, please ask again. And I am trying to talk louder. Michelle, thank you.
Sometimes those comments go by so fast.
They do.
You guys are faster than us. And
Yes,
got this little baby phone.
we do have the acorn pens here in the store.
And then my last piece.
And yes, she is really smart to be able to take a pattern and turn it into paper piecing. I would not know how to do that either. Everybody has
well, not every pattern can be turned into FPP too. I mean, you have to look at it and kind of know whether it's going to work or not. And I taught myself how to do all of that stuff. I'm not special, believe me. There's lots of people who write patterns. And once you know how to do the FPP, that kind of helps you to be able to think backwards, so to speak, and write the patterns too. So
I have not heard about the Moda scissors that you ordered last month. Obviously we saw those at Quilt Market, and obviously they're very, very popular because Moda can't get them sent to us. And while Yvette's pressing that out, I will show you the Fab 5 for today.
Awesome.
It is a traveling Fab 5 because we know people are traveling this week. So we've got some airplanes here. Then we've got some transportation with mainly going to the airport, which is really fun. And some blenders to go in it, and then some traffic signals. And this, like Yvette said, this would make a great quilt for a little boy, or some travel bags. Are you putting the fabric over the line by 1/4 of an inch? And this is what we are making today. We're making a mini bunny quilt. Easter Bunny quilt, and I'm sewing it traditionally, and Yvette turned the project into a paper piecing project.
So for that question, I'll tell you that when I'm trimming or when I'm cutting out my templates, I always leave a little extra even around the seam allowance line, and that's only because I notice that occasionally you'll get some fraying in your fabrics, and then that way you'll be able to clean the whole thing up. So you do want to have at least 1/4 of an inch covering your seam allowance, because that's how you're going to join your blocks. But then right now what I'm doing is I'm just trimming right at the 1/4 inch with just a regular ruler.
Okay, so now we're doing a regular ruler. So the bunny is supposed to have a big cotton tail on it. We sold all of our cottontails
whenever we did the utensil holder
last Friday when we did the bunny butt utensil holder. So our bunny is, what would you call it? Pom-pomless.
He's bootyless.
He's bootyless.
He's bootyless. Okay, so now that I have all of these, so if I lay them out, you can lay them so that your alphabet, you can see that the letters are all in the same direction. So that tells you what direction you're going to sew them in. And so now I'm just going to take them, and since I'm going to be joining them right here, I'm just going to pull them up right sides together. And you can use the seam allowance line here to join them. And once again, you're still not having to worry about whether or not you're using 1/4 of an inch, because that line tells you, yes, I'm sewing 1/4 of an inch. So that's how I'm going to put them together. You still want to keep your seam allowance or your stitch length short. And you just sew right across, all the way across. Oh, I forgot my pressing stick. I'm going to go run and get it so I can
Okay.
show you guys. I like, whenever I'm doing FPP, oops, what did I just hit? That was a mistake. Okay. I like to press, anytime I can press open, I do. So I just take out just the part that's going to be in the seam, just the paper. All the rest of the paper you leave in. Don't take it out because it's going to help you with all of your seam allowances. But I'm going to go real quick, grab the stick.
Okay. The stitch length, she's using the Presto today, and the stitch length that she is using is 1.4. She is using the open toe foot because then she can see exactly where her needle is sewing on the line of the paper. So she's back, and here's her pressing bar.
I call it the poplar presser. My husband makes them all by hand.
Wow.
And they're really great. All right, so once you get that started, again, just take your friction, almost said friction pin, your Acorn Precision Piecing Solution, and just kind of give it another little press. And there you go. And now I'm going to take this one, again, right sides together. And then I'm just going to sew across that seam.
People are excited about trying this.
Oh, good.
So this is a small pattern, so this is a good chance to get your feet wet if you've never done paper piecing before.
Okay, we're just going to take that out.
And this is the special paper, right? Because
This is just copy paper.
Really? Because
Yep.
it's tearing off really nicely.
You want to keep your stitch length low.
Okay.
So you want, like I said, normally I sew with 1.0 millimeter, like a really tight stitch. The only reason I changed this one is because with the Presto 2, it was making the papers just fall right off.
Oh, okay.
So I
you don't want that.
Right. I mean, you want to keep it for a little while. And so I just extended the stitch length to 1.4 millimeter.
So you can just test it with your machine.
Exactly. I would start, if you're comfortable, I would start with 1 millimeter and just see. As long as your papers are not falling straight out of there, you can leave it at 1.0, and you know that whenever you are ready to pull them out, it's going to come right out.
Okay, so today we are making the Easter Bunny Mini Quilt. We do have a fabric kit for it. It's $13.99, and that will give you all of your fabric, including your backing. You just need to add your batting. And then, so there is a kit, and then here is the original that was sewn out. And this one was made traditionally, which is what I'm working on. What is she pressing on? She's pressing
I was trying to flatten yours a little bit more so we could have them laying out next to each other.
Yeah,
but
well, mine needs to be pressed a little bit more. Just give that a little press. Press those down, and then
maybe give it a little juice.
Yeah. So the one that I made, the pieces are really small. The small piece at the bottom, and I noticed I got one of my eggs upside down, or you have yours upside down. I don't know. Whatever. But anyway.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
I did that.
Anyway, so the pieces are small, and they're hard to work with. All right, so look at the difference between, and that does not have...
I wrote this pattern, you guys, so mine might be coming out a little bit different because I looked at a picture of it and wrote the pattern.
She wrote this from just a picture, but she doesn't have her borders on.
No, I don't have the borders on yet.
So I put mine on the top here. But you can see, look how jagged my edges are. Of course, I would straighten that up before I put my long strips on, because it will get these strips come down here. And so I would clean that up for sure, but you can see the difference in the sewing is pretty amazing. Not that this is bad, but...
No, it's not bad at all. I mean, once hers started out like that and it's beautiful like this. So,
yeah, it all comes together for sure.
Yeah.
So...
All right.
Okay,
so now Elaine is going to sew the bottom of the bunny.
So I've got the butt end again.
Switch.
And again, I have my pieces all marked here because they are small pieces.
Yep.
And so my B's, which are the 1.5, I believe, or
I think it was 1.5.
1.5, or it's either...
Or was it 1.25? Because I know there was one was 1 and one was a little tiny bit bigger.
Yeah, I think this one actually is 1.5. And I'm going to use my black pants to see the front and back. I do have to draw my lines on this one. So I'm just going to draw my diagonals here. And they are really small pieces. I didn't think about bringing down the length of my stitch, but I certainly could do that. And then my back piece is my A. So let me get that one. And this is the top. Maybe you don't want to bring it down too small. Lower the presser foot. Got a little stuck. Bummer.
Oh, yes, you're right. Gotcha.
It's okay. It'll be fine.
It will. It'll be fine.
Okay. And then this is going to go across the other top.
Bye, Ernestine.
And then I've got my two little 1.25 inch pieces here. I put lines on these. And these will go across the bottom. I think this machine needs a new needle.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, we'll go over to the ironing board. Take my scissor with me this time. And we'll iron these out. And I'm going to give mine a little magic juice too.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Okay. Okay, I'm going to clip all these out, the extra pieces out.
Flat as a pancake. Okay, Susie. It's not fun, I know.
Okay, let me give this another little press here, and then we're going to go back over and add our bottom piece here.
Alrighty. There you go.
Okay. And this is my L piece.
Okay.
And that's going to go across the bottom here.
Thanks, Chris.
Okay. And then we'll go press this.
If you like pina coladas.
We were listening to that
I
right
know,
before,
and
now
it's
it's
like
stuck in your head,
it's
right?
stuck in my head. Getting caught in the
Maybe
rain.
you'll be dreaming about it tonight.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about that tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. There is the body and the bottom part.
Yep.
And then, of course, we really do need to add
I know. We'll
cottontail
figure
there.
we can take like 2 or 3 of the little baby ones that we found,
Okay.
and pop them in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. So now,
She has the harder part. She's going to get all the ears and the head.
yes.
So.
And I've got most of it done. I just got one more piece of the ear to do, and then we can pop everything else on. So you can see that I've got the little neck part done, and I've got his little head, and I've got, so this one, no, I got this one done. All right. And so now I'm going to do this guy.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to cut a little piece of my fabric.
Here, I'll take that out of your way.
Oh.
So.
Bye, Bunny.
So remember, she wrote her pattern, her paper piece pattern, from just looking at a picture. So I am noticing that, like her neck piece, can you hand me your neck piece? It's just a little bit smaller in this.
I think it's fun. We were going to try to like make it into the second one, because we always do a second one, but because of the way, yeah, because I did it from a picture, it's not going to be perfect.
But can you imagine writing a pattern from a picture? That just so amazes me. So here she is, just clipping some pieces again. Just kind of arbitrary, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you can get really detailed if you want to, but it's just not necessary. Some people, if they're, trying to diss FPP, their main thing is, oh, you waste so much. And yes, you can waste a lot. Like I did cut this piece like way too big, but I mean, it doesn't have to be, but you don't really use, or trim that much off. If you take just a second and make that calculation, or just a little bit better than what I'm doing now. I'm on a live, so it's a little bit different. Then you really don't have to waste that much.
Well, and it seems like these pieces are small enough that you really could do it from scraps too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
in fact,
a great way to use up your scraps.
Absolutely. In fact, that's one of the things, and I'm just going to, I know it's supposed to be D2 and then 4 and 6, but I'm going to do this way just so that I can get more sewn on in a row. And I'm not, because you can totally do that, especially once you start doing FPP a lot. You know what you can add on at a different time and what you can't. All right, and now I'm just going to use my add a quarter.
Sherry says she likes your top today, your
Oh,
sweater.
thank you.
Pink.
I know. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
We were just having this discussion on Tuesday.
That's right, we were.
Yeah.
It was Tuesday, wasn't it?
I was wearing
I'm
pink
so
on
mixed
Tuesday.
up this week
I know.
with not being here yesterday. That makes it very confusing.
All right. Now I'm going to add the other two.
So don't forget about our Fab 5 bundle here for today.
Travel.
There's a lot of people traveling this next week. It'll be fun to have something to take, travel-wise, to take with you. Maybe even like a passport holder if you're going out of the country. That would be great to put in with travel fabric.
It would.
Hi, Donna.
Oops. Oh, hello. I'm taking a bite out of my ruler. Hello.
It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. I guess so, because it just did. But that's how I get, like, all of the little cuts and stuff. I mean, I've been using this ruler for so long.
Well,
they do last quite a long time unless you keep
cutting into it.
Yeah, you keep putting your rotary cutter over it. That'll kind of put a damper in that.
A lot of new names today. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Stephanie.
I like new people. I like the old people too.
I was going to say that,
but it's nice, to have like a grow our audience, grow all of our lovely friends. I like more quilty friends.
Yep.
I knew I did that. Like I put a lip on it.
Looks good.
All right, and now we're just going to add that last piece.
Okay.
And it's funny how we were going to put our whole bunny together, but now that the sizes are not exactly right, I don't know that we should do that. We'll just kind of show you guys how it would go together. And obviously, if you were making it, you would just make it one way or the other.
Right.
You wouldn't
combine the two different ways.
And so it'll be just fine.
We'll probably put it together and see what it looks like, if it's going to
My gosh, that would be hilarious, right? We'll post a picture of our old wonky rabbit.
Yeah. Well, Polly, there is a free pattern. Yvette wrote you a pattern, and it is free out there, so it's on our website. And so you can give this a try.
This piece of plastic.
Oh, goodness.
I really did trim that off. That was hilarious. Okay. Well, once it got started, it doesn't need very much encouragement. It's like, yeah, I'm going.
Yep. Hi, Linda. Julie told us you're moved back down into our area. We'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay, I'm going to trim down the block.
So we are using, can you hand me your acorn pen? We are using a Easy Press pen from Acorn, and it's got a starch in it that makes our seams press flat. So we have these pens in stock, and some of them come with a refill, or you can just get the refills and you just refill this, and you can get new tips for it too if your tips get too worn out, but it really works great.
All right, so now I'm going to put my ears together first. So if you lay them side by side as the pattern is written, and then you want to turn them right sides together and then join right here on this seam allowance line. So you just want to make sure all your corners are matching up. I feel my paper's coming straight off. Y'all see that? I was like, what's going on? It's because my seam allowance when I did the first one was so small that it's just coming right off the paper. All right, so I'm not gonna go too crazy with it. I'm just gonna run it right over here and get it joined.
So after you're done sewing on the paper, should you throw this needle away?
You know, I don't. I usually do at least one whole project with the needle.
Okay.
Probably you will start to notice, and you know how like when your needle can sometimes start making that little noise.
It makes the click sound.
Yeah, and you
click,
know
click,
that
click,
it's
click,
time
click,
to, and when you start hearing that, definitely change your needle.
Absolutely.
And honestly, needles are probably one of the most inexpensive things about quilting, so it's probably not a bad idea to change the needle after projects. So now I'm just going to press that open just to keep the bulk down.
And are you using a special needle, or is it just your
I'm
regular
just using, for
universal
here, I'm just
needles?
using a universal needle. Now, when I'm at home and I'm sewing my FPP projects, I personally use, sorry, I'm thinking too hard about what my fingernails are doing. I use a 80 weight thread in the top. So my top thread is 80 weight and my bobbin thread is 100 weight. I get both of those from Wonderfill. So I use Invisifil or something like that in the bobbin. And then the needle, I use a 70-10 or 70-11 because you want to match, obviously, your thread to your needle.
Okay. So we do have the 80 weight thread here in the Quilter Select, and we can get the 90 weight finishing touch bobbin thread. So
that
there
is
you
perfect.
go.
Perfect.
And so if you do take do the 70 or the 75 needle, just remember if you're using your needle threader, it does not quite like that small of an eye in a needle. So
you may have to thread it yourself.
Of course you could use this for placemats. That would be great.
Yes.
It would be really fun for placemats. You just probably, I don't know, you could have a square placemat, or you could add some extra strips to the side here to make it a little wider. And hi, Debbie from Floriani. It's nice to have you here with us.
Hello. We love Floriani.
Absolutely.
I do lots of embroidery too. Okay, now we're just joining the ears to the head.
See, we're starting to get that click with the needle. That's what made me ask.
Yeah.
I think I definitely
we definitely will.
Recommend changing your needle.
Especially on this one. And I've been working on another project, a little secret project that y'all don't know about. And so I've been doing quite a bit of FPP lately. So I probably should change it. Now, a lot of times these, if they are landlocked, I call it landlocked, I will pull those papers out as well, because you might as well before you do that pressing, so that it doesn't get pressed inside a seam. Like this one might already be in there. So I would just leave that little paper in there. Just leave it. It's not going to do anything. And I'll just pull these two out.
Okay.
So the key with FPP is to reduce bulk as much as possible. That's why I mentioned the thinner thread and the smaller needle, the tighter stitch length, the pressing open. All of those things will help you with bulk.
And you're going to press that again, or?
Yep. And then I'll show you one little hint. It's not as big a deal on this particular pattern, but sometimes when you are doing sharp angles, when you go to do your pressing, you'll have like these long pieces like this, and you can trim that off as long as you don't get where your threads are closed up. You can just trim that. That'll also reduce bulk, and it will not be a problem. Like I said, these are not that big a deal. They're kind of small, but sometimes you'll have projects where it's bigger, and you can just kind of trim those off to reduce the bulk a little bit more.
All right.
And then where is my neck? Did we leave it over here?
Yeah,
right here.
it's right here.
Okay, so we're just going to, and there's G.
Okay.
So we're just going to pull that up, and we're going to attach the neck to the rest of the bunny. And there we go.
We're close here, ladies.
Yep.
Hang with us.
Oh, I don't want to lose that one. If I can, avoid it.
There we go.
All right, and then we're just going to press that. Come on. Okay.
All right. Now
So
let's
now
see
we have our bunny.
what it'll look like.
He's fat.
No, the other way.
Oh, sorry.
The other way.
Oh, like this?
The other way.
Oh, so it's
The
better.
fourth, the
He's not as
fourth
fat
time
as we
is the
thought.
right time.
He's not as fat as we thought. Now that we did that.
Well, we can trim him up
No,
too.
he's still
So
fine.
he's going to
So
be.
We are going to try to put this together and see what it looks like. I think it's going to be cute. We can just put like a little strip here, or we can
just take it off.
Take a little bit there.
Yeah.
But yes, we are going to end up putting it all together. So there you go, guys.
Yes.
One pattern, 2 ways.
That's great.
And this was a lot of fun.
That was fun to do.
Yes, it was very fun.
And so you can vote on whose was better, but I already hinted to who you should vote for. So
no,
we don't have to do that.
Okay, yes, it's me.
No, it is you. But it's a friendly competition.
Yes, it is.
But
yes, it is.
Yes, we can make a yo-yo for this tail. I should have thought of that.
I mean, that would be a cute idea.
Yeah, it would.
That would, and I have those little yo-yo makers, but I have a smaller one. I have to look at home.
We need the big one.
You want a big butt on it?
Yeah, I want a big.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Yeah,
okay.
No. We want
So, anyways,
this
one was made by Elaine, and it's gorgeous.
It is.
So, see what I'm saying is that
they all turn out nice. So.
Yes, I mean, yes, everybody gets phrase. Everybody gets that. And but look at how lovely it comes together. So the only thing with FPP is it just makes it a little easier to have those perfect corners and everything.
Absolutely.
And that's just FPP.
Yeah.
So you can do that too.
Oh, I know I can.
Yes.
It is. And a lot of those questions I asked for, just information. So, but
no, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I quilted it by just using free motion on the machine. I could have done more quilting. I did not do anything in the bunny or the eggs. I just did free motion on the outside and made the bunny and the eggs kind of pop up. And I'm afraid I got some black thread caught in there, it looks like. But,
oh
well.
That's okay.
Happen. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We just had a little bit more business today than we thought we were gonna.
Yes.
And, that just happens. So, yeah, it's lovely.
So, yeah, the phone rang off the hook because I think people were missing us yesterday.
I know, right?
That's right. So thank you all for joining us on this Friday, and we look forward to seeing you all again on Monday. And we are not expecting any storms in the next couple days, so I think that
I want to wear a dress on Monday.
You're going to wear a dress?
I mean, it would be nice.
Well, it's supposed to be 60 at some point next week, but I don't know if it's Monday.
Well, Monday, maybe Tuesday, because you keep it warm in the shop.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's St. Patrick's Day this weekend.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? And I had a St. Patrick's Day demo for in-store yesterday, and I didn't get to do it. So, and it'll be too late next week. So
you can maybe still do it. We could all use some luck of the Irish.
That's true.
Yeah.
So make sure you all wear green. How you order
on
a
Sunday.
kit? You can either order a kit right through this website or this Facebook Live. Just say you would like one, or you may call a store at 720-440-9654, or you can go to our Above and Beyond website and you can order it through there also. So we would love to get you a kit.
Yes, we like to go above and beyond.
Okay. Thank you, ladies. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.